we're live. Let's just... Who have we got? We're live. Oh, God. Right. Right. Hang on. Stan's here. Oh, Stella. Okay, it seems like it's only Stella and Logan at the moment. And Jacob, nice to see you. Now this stream's only going to be 3 hours tonight, guys, other than the usual 4 to 4.5, because I need to... Lovely to see you, Jacob. I need to end at between 10 and 10:30, because I need to get a sufficient amount of sleep before I go off to do my Bluebell Railway voluntary work tomorrow. What a dinosaur of a model. I know. It may be old, but I really wanted it, Stan. Stella, I mean. You see. Yeah, I really wanted an 8F for my layout. And when I saw it was only £50, I thought, sod it, and I snapped it up. So, and besides, Stella, even if it is a dinosaur, it still runs very well. Exactly, Jake. I was just saying. I bought this yesterday at the GCR's Winter Gala, Stella. There were a bunch of stalls at Corn & Woodhouse that were selling various stuffs. And the guys who were doing the stall for the new build Patriot, the Unknown Warrior, the new build LMS Patriot, they were selling this 8F, and when I saw it was only £50, I thought, sod it, let me have it. And now that 50, so even if this is a bit of a dinosaur, Stella, at least the money I spent on it is gonna go to ensuring we get a new LMS Patriot. Right. Oh, and Rob's here as well. Lovely. It's lovely to see you all. B17 and the new clan as well, yeah. Hang on, guys. And also, Stella, if you're still there, this 8F has a pretty unique feature, which you'll see in a moment. So I have just tested the layout, guys. I was worried it would be a little bit, jerky, but... Well, no. Well, not jerky, but, we'd have problems with the layout, but... My controller's still playing up a bit, so I need to lean my older controller on top of the wire to stop it from cutting out. I definitely need a new controller as a whole. Well, technically they're both freight engines, Jacob. But yeah, seeing as me and Jacob travelled behind a 9F yesterday, first train tonight's going to be double header freight engine. still there, Neon? And hello, Spyro and Cinder. Right, now. Oh, is it 7MT? No, 9F. Now, please don't fail on me, layout. Let's get this going. Now, you may notice, something you may notice with the 8F is that its firebox glows. Very unique feature. I think I got this at a good price. Right, let's move the iPad to here. The iPad. So yeah, there we are. 7F, 8F and 9F. Double heading a very long freight train. An amazing sight. The lights on DC models. Nah, Stella, it's... If it has any light detail whatsoever, then it's a win for me. If they can only light when it's moving. Well, it's not a big deal, Stan. Stella, sorry. What's the longest... I think this would have to be the longest train I've ever run on my layout, as of right now. Not longest in terms of number of coaches or wagons, but longest in terms of overall length. Artisan Book of Records? Indeed. Ah shit, we've had a derailment already. Oh, and it's decided to stop for us anyway. We've had a derailment already. Oh, for goodness sake. So yeah, I got this 8F from the GCR Gala. Oh, and now the tanker, one of the tankers has decided to derail. The tankers. One of the tankers. I'll get back to the chat in a moment. So yeah, me and Jacob, we had a lovely time at the GCR Gala yesterday. Everything went smoothly for me in terms of getting up there and coming back down. Hello Nathan, been a while since we've seen you here, welcome. Glowing firebox picture on your Metropolitan Railway E-Class, nice. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Still there, Stella? Now this truck's derailed. Truck. Ugh. Right then. So yes, my 8F model I bought yesterday may be a dinosaur, but at least the money I spent on it is going to a good project. Nice. Hot crusty sausage wraps. Saw an Andrew Barkley. Wait, you didn't tell me you've seen that Andrew Barkley before. It was a nice Andrew Barkley, but you didn't tell me you saw it before. Now, once we've given this freight train a good while to run, I'm going to have the 8F go solo and pull a passenger train. Because sometimes, albeit rarely, the 8Fs, despite being freight engines, were occasionally allowed to pull passenger trains. Some of them were allowed to run at up to 50 or 60 miles an hour. So making them ideal for semi-fast trains. Well, shit. You saw it last year? Nice. Wonder if and when we'll see Joe and Train Guy tonight. I definitely need a new controller. Bloody thing's starting to short out. Oh, the 8F's firebox is glowing hot now. So yeah, it was a wonderful day yesterday. Though there were a couple things that didn't quite go to plan, I must say. One of which was, after me and Jacob had our return ride behind the 9F. Oh shit, left it behind. So one of the things that didn't quite go right yesterday was after me and Jacob had our return trip behind 9F, number 92143, visiting from the North Yorkshire Moors Railway, but was standing in as one of the scrapped 9Fs, number 92043. So after we had our return trip down to Leicester North and back behind the 9F, okay, alright, so, sorry guys, so after we had our return ride down to Leicester North and back behind the 9F, we were going to get some lunch from the barbecue, and then we were going to get the train down to Rothley, have a look round Rothley station. We were going to get the 1:15 train, just like a Dragon's Mouth, yes. Help with a heavier passenger train due to experience, exactly. Exactly, Jacob. We got held up in a food queue and we missed the train. Granted, our train arrived back 15 minutes late anyway, but still, it was ridiculous. And then the 1:15 left on time. Well, 2 minutes late, but still more or less on time. So we missed the train. So we had to wait for. So we decided to look around the engine shed at Loughborough first, and then wait for the Derby rail car to. We decided to go down to Cornham Woodhouse instead because Jacob's dad told us that aside from the Garden Railway, there wasn't much to see at Rothley. So we decided to head down to Cornham Woodhouse instead, which is where I found this 8F and bought it. We would have gotten off and looked around Cornham Woodhouse anyway, so I would have found the 8F anyway. Test of our commitment. Indeed. You still there, Stella? And a Neon? But yes. So that was the first thing that didn't quite go to plan. That was the first thing that didn't quite go to plan. The second thing that didn't quite go to plan was, oh yeah, and when we were down at Cornham Woodhouse, we were able to get some good shots of the passing trains. The fact that they were running goods trains that day, really made it feel like a proper working main line, steam-hauled working main line. It genuinely felt like this is how the GCR was even during its twilight years. The fact that they were running demonstration goods trains in between the passenger trains, it just made for a more realistic experience. Oh! A couple of the wagons jackknifed into each other. So... But yeah, we missed the 1:15 because the barbecue queue was too long. But we were desperate to have it anyway because it looked and smelled so good. But the second thing that didn't quite go to plan, it wasn't. This didn't affect Jacob because I was on my way home by this point. All the trains I got to and from Leicester, they were all on time. So they were all fine, but what wasn't fine was when I got back to St Pancras, having returned from Leicester, what happened was, you didn't know this, Jacob. Not really, train guy, hello. Just telling everyone how my day at the GCR Gala went. Sorry, me and Jacob's day. So what happened was, when I got back to St Pancras after returning from Leicester, I headed over to King's Cross because I wanted to have dinner at the Prezzo there. But I went up the escalator, and it turns out the Prezzo at King's Cross is now closed down, which I was fuming about. Luckily, I remember that there was a Prezzo just outside Euston Station, so I went there for my pizza. But as a result of me trying to figure all that out, I ended up getting home half an hour later than I thought. But other than those two little things, the barbecue queue being so long, we ended up missing the 1:15 train from Loughborough, and 'and me finding out that the Prezzo at King's Cross was closed. Other than that, the day went very smoothly. As I said, all my trains to and from Leicester were on time. Two windows down for you on the 10:30 from Leicester North. Nice. Wait, you were on the same train I was? I was at the back of the window and you didn't even see. We didn't even see each other. So we were in the same coach and you didn't even see me, train guy. Oh my. If you'd known I was on the train, then we could have said hi. Then again, the 10:30 was so big. The 10:30 from Leicester North was so busy. It was completely full and standing. The 10:30. I think that was because they were doing like a breakfast service on that train. And dining trains tend to be the busiest at Heritage Railway galas. Didn't get a chance to say hi because the corridor was crammed full. Oh, you did see me. Wow. Yeah, it was just completely rammed. The 10:30. Luckily though, the later trains we got, the 11:15 from Loughborough, hauled by the 9F. Luckily, as the day went on, the trains emptied out gradually. And I got some lovely shots of the 9F at the front of the train as it went round the curves. So I was in the third coach on the return journey back up to Loughborough from Leicester North. I was able to get plenty of shots of the 9F going around the curves. You do not have to say. But yeah, a couple of things may have not quite gone to plan. Still a very good day though. Oh yeah, train guy, I also bought the 8F at Cornwall Woodhouse, you'll see at the front of the train. I've always wanted to own an 8F, and now I do. The paintwork's a little bit scratched on my 8F, but I don't mind. Hello, Damo, nice to see you. Bugger. The paint... Yes, it was indeed. You saw it too, did you? Yes, I now own it. So you saw it, and I now you saw it, and I now own it. Were you considering buying it yourself, train guy? But yes, train guy, it is the very same 8F. So I now own an 8F and a 9F. Oh, bugger. Couplings are tangled. Oh. Uncle Ben 10's rice. But yes, I paid £50 for this 8F, and I think I got a very good deal. It runs fairly well. It has a glowing firebox feature. I think I paid a decent price for it. And I feel good to have contributed to... And I feel good to have contributed to the Unknown Warrior project. You recognise it? Yeah. So you saw that 8F was on sale at the Unknown Warrior stand, did you? We were all crammed, yes. The 10:30 was definitely the busiest of the trains we were on that day. The 10:30 from Leicester North. I think next time I go to the GCR though, I'm definitely going to go visit the GCR from my hometown in a single day again. But I think next time I'm going to start my journey from Loughborough. I'm going to get the East Midlands Railway service to Loughborough and just walk from Loughborough East Midlands station to the GCR station. Because it's not that far of a walk, really. And this way, it'll save... And that way, I'll save money on taxis to get between Leicester Main Station and Leicester North. Leicester South, no. So yeah, next time I go to the GCR, hopefully in the summer, and hopefully Jacob will be able to join me again. Yeah, next time I'm gonna start my journey from Loughborough. So I don't have so I won't have to get a taxi between Leicester Main Station and Leicester North. I paid the taxi between Leicester EMR station and Leicester North. It was £9 each way. So next time I'm going to save myself £18 and just walk between Loughborough EMR station and Loughborough GCR station. Then again, because Loughborough is slightly further north than Leicester, I'm not sure how much more expensive a ticket from St Pancras to Loughborough is than a St Pancras to Leicester ticket. Overall, it would probably work out cheaper though, to go to Loughborough and just walk. Hello, Alan. Hello, Billy. Nice to see you. I've got off at the Loughborough mainline station before. Nice. Always busy, one of the first events of the year? Nice. It's one of the first events of the year, not just on the GCR, but at any heritage railway. I do, once again guys, I do really appreciate the GCR running their trains all year round, even on January and November weekends. Not even the major heritage railways like the Bluebell, West Somerset, Severn Valley and North Yorkshire Moors railways run year round. To my knowledge, the West Somerset Railway and the North Yorkshire Moors Railway don't even run during February half term, which is really surprising. Train Guy, do you know why the North Yorkshire Moors Railway doesn't run even during February half term? Because heritage railways can still make quite a bit of money from February half term. I think once the Bluebell Railway started doing their ice rink during February half term at Sheffield Park, I think last February half term the Bluebell Railway raked in £120,000 from the 9-day period. Mainly thanks to the ice rink. Come on, bloody thing. So yeah, if many heritage railways can make a decent profit throughout February half term, I don't see why the North Yorkshire Moors Railway can't. Hello Neon, welcome back. Especially in the summers, exactly. Just between Whitby and Goathland. Your old channel got terminated? Oh dear. Why only between those stations? Why not all the way to Pickering, train guy? Thanks, Neon. Train guy was at the GCR Gala too. I knew he would be there. I didn't see him though. Apparently he did see me when I got on the 10:30 at Leicester North, but he couldn't come and say hi to me because the train was just that crowded. Literally full and standing it was. Even though it was completely chocker, though, at least the GCR are able to make decent profit from the 4-day event. Hopefully. Something else I was saying, train guy, just before you arrived, and I said this earlier, Neon, but you weren't here when I said it. Oh shit. I hope we meet up for the reunification. Yes. Awesome. Oh, you have a Discord now, Logan. Nice. Hello, Transport Kid. Signal works between Goathland and Pickering. I see. Actually, come to think of it, a couple of weeks ago when I was doing my voluntary session at the Bluebell Railway, apparently, my boss Matt told me that there are so many stretches of track on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway in need of replacement, so that's probably why they closed the whole railway until March. And apparently the Spa Valley Railway is going to be closed from late February all throughout March until early April. This is to allow for the replacement of the aging and cracked Broom Lane Bridge, which currently has a 10-mile-an-hour speed restriction over it. Hopefully, once the new bridge is in place, that speed restriction will be lifted and they'll be able to run at 25 over that bridge again. I have to go back to my mum's now. I'll be back soon. Okay, alright. Well, I'm going till like 10 or 10:30 tonight, Jacob, because I need to get some sleep tonight for my voluntary session tomorrow. You're going to the North Yorkshire Moors Railway in April? Nice. My granddad, after seeing the Railway Diaries on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway by Piglets, he's now been convinced to go there this summer, provided fire risk doesn't cause a steam ban. So yeah, this year is going to be the year that we go to the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. And when we do, I'm praying that I'll get to travel behind 92134, the 9F I travelled behind at the gala yesterday. I'm praying that I'll be able to travel behind 92134 again on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. If not, the 9F, part of the reason I'm hoping for 92134, not just because it's a 9F, but also because, to my knowledge, 92134 is currently the only operational 9F. And we've got another derailment. 92134. So it'd be lovely to get to travel behind him again. But if not the 9F, then... Still any on? If not the 9F, then my second choice be the sole surviving LNER Q6080. Which I know for a fact returned to service fairly recently. Hell, it may even be Omaha that pulls our train, which I know is returning to service after his oil burning conversion this year. Hopefully Omaha, if a steam ban is put in place on the North Yorkshire Moors this year, I'm hoping that Omaha will at least still be allowed to run as he'll burn oil rather than coal, which doesn't produce which I could be wrong, but I don't think oil produces hot embers that can start line-side fires, unlike coal. I hope so too. So yeah, I wouldn't mind either the 9F, the Q6, or Omaha running when I go to the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. No. Oh yeah, Train Guy and Neon. Something else I was going to say about me and Jacob's Great Central visit yesterday is something else I was going to say was when me and Jacob were down at Corn and Woodhouse. Not yet, Billy. When me and Jacob were down at Corn and Woodhouse, we got some shots of the goods trains passing. And those goods trains, even though they were only demonstration goods trains and they weren't carrying any actual cargo, it really still enhanced the experience, because the fact that there were goods trains running in between the passenger trains genuinely made it feel like an actual proper steam worked main line with the double track and the goods trains and everything. So yeah, it really helped with the experience and really gave off the true feeling of what the Great Central Main Line was like even during its twilight years. Yes, we did, train guy. Jacob got a very nice picture of the Andrew Barclay with its smokebox door open, and me and him even got to go in the cab of number 92214, City of Leicester. So we actually saw two 9Fs that day. One in service and one in steam and one on static display. The runarounds just add to the busy. Yeah, the goods trains do. They really did add to the mainline feel, those goods trains. 5 mile single track, it captured that with freight workings. Yeah. The fact that the Great Central Railway is the only standard gauge the only standard gauge heritage double track heritage railway in the country, that alone makes the GCR unique. Granted, it's only the section between Loughborough and Rothley that's double track. The section south of Rothley to Leicester North is only single track, but still, it is an incredible railway. It may only be 8 miles long, at least I think that's what its length is, but it is insanely unique, the GCR. And because it's in the middle of the country, Neon, it wouldn't really take you that long to get to, Neon. We didn't just see the doubleheader, train guy, we rode behind it. Yeah. Yeah, we saw the standard. Yes. We didn't go on the express run. We didn't do the non-stop express run from Loughborough down to Leicester North. But we did travel on the return service from Cornham Woodhouse back up to Loughborough. But yes, we did travel behind the doubleheader. Just south towards Nottingham. Yeah, if you can somehow if you can easily get to Sheffield from where you live, Neon, then from Sheffield you'll be able to get straight to Loughborough. Change onto the EMR. You can do that, can't you? But yes, train guy, me and Jacob didn't just see the doubleheader, we travelled behind it back up from Cornham Woodhouse. We also got to see the mail hook they use for TPO runs, but we couldn't get up close to it because I think they only open that part of the goods yard at Cornham Woodhouse. I think they only open up that part to the public on days when they actually do TPO runs. But yeah, the fact they do TPO runs as well, sometimes, that just really makes the Great Central truly feel like a proper steam main line. That combined with the double track, the fact they sometimes run trains at fast speeds, like way faster than 25 miles an hour, mainly for photo charters, and also the goods trains, all of those factors combine to make the Great Central Railway one of the most unique heritage railways in the country. The only other double track heritage rail, well, I say heritage, but it's been operating as it has been basically since the very beginning. The only other double track steam railway in this country I can think of is the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch Railway, but that's only 15-inch gauge, and again, like the GCR, while most of the RH and DR is double track, there is a shorter single track section on the southern part. Come to think of it, the Great Central Railway and the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch Railway have a lot in common. They both try to replicate the feel of main lines, of steam-worked main lines, but whereas one is a standard gauge railway, the other is a minimum gauge railway. 1582, nice. Get over my travel sick nerves again. Back in half an hour? Alright, train guy, thanks for coming. But yes, Neon, you are going to love the Great Central Railway. And it'll be even better once it's reunited with the northern half to Nottingham. And you can also very clearly see where the track to the reunification section will go. They've left a very big gap going past the engine shed, ready for the track to be laid onto the 500-meter reunification stretch. Well, there used to be an embankment at that point. Yeah, there used to be an embankment, basically. You do not have to say. Yeah, there used to be an embankment, and the original plan was to reinstate that embankment, but yeah, the original plan was to reinstate that embankment, but they've decided now it would be easier and more cost-effective to build more new viaducts and bridges as opposed to rebuilding the embankment. But they're making good progress. I'm pretty sure they've overhauled the canal bridge just north of the engine sheds. So that's ready for the new track to be laid on. But they're planning to get 2 more phases complete this year. And once all the necessary bridge infrastructure is in place, all that'll be left to do is add the drainage, add the track drainage to it, then put down the ballast and the track itself. Then it'll be good to go. Then there'll finally be an 18-mile long Great Central Railway. All set to go? Yes. Seems like it. Although the Great Central Railway have said that they will need to relocate the engine shed before they can start laying the track onto the reunification section. But what I don't understand is why they can't just lay the track down on that huge gap that they very obviously left going past the engine shed. Surely it seems pointless when they can just put down a single track going past the engine shed, unless of course they want to double up the track north of Loughborough again. Great to spend this historic event with you? It will indeed. And it'll be great to spend it with Jacob and Electro too. Something else you may find interesting about the original Great Central Main Line neon is part of the old alignment of it. Part of the old alignment of the original Great Central Main Line, just north of Ruddington, is now also used by the Nottingham trams. And I think the bridge that once carried the Great Central's trains is now also used by the Nottingham trams. So yeah, there are certain sections of the Great Central Main Line that are technically still in use today, but not all of it. The sections of the GCR that still see some kind of rail use today are sections of the old Great Central Main Line that still have some kind of rail service today. Obviously, the spur the GCR built off the Metropolitan Railway to London Marylebone Station, obviously that's still there, because it's now used by Chiltern Railways, but sections that still use some sort of rail use are the section between London Marylebone and Aylesbury Vale Parkway. That's still in in rail service, even though it wasn't built by the GCR, it was built by the Metropolitan Railway, but GCR trains still used it. There's also the section there's also Quainton Road, a short stretch of track south between Aylesbury and Quainton Road that's now used by the Buckinghamshire Railway Centre. And apparently, HS2's alignment will also partially follow the old alignment of the Great Central Railway, at least part of it. So technically that counts as it still being in rail use, or at least it will. Then of course we have the preserved Great Central Railway, both halves of it, the GCR Leicestershire and the GCR Nottinghamshire, which will soon all be one railway. And then, of course, we have the Nottingham trams using a short alignment, using parts of the old alignment of the GCR into Nottingham Victoria. But other than that, the rest of the old Great Central Main Line is now gone. The variety. The trackbed is now all overgrown and full of spiders. That's full of spiders. Signposts are all full of gibberish. They're all communists. Can't go there because the Americans will shoot you. No! Thank you. That was a Top Gear reference, guys. Top Gear. Top. Oh, I forgot Amethyst was afraid of spiders. Seriously though, there probably are some spiders living on parts of the GCR's old trackbed, considering it's now been reclaimed by nature. But yeah. The Great Central Railway from 1899 may be gone. The Great Central Main Line from 1899 may be gone, but it's certainly not forgotten. It's alright, Martin. She's good now? Nice. Just telling everyone about how me and Jacob's day at the Great Central Winter Gala went, Martin. Wagons have fainted off the track. Oh god. Right, in a moment, we'll give this goods train a few more laps, but in a moment, I'd like to have the ATEF run solo. Tough and supporting yet the side of a spider and any shock around the scales. Yeah, that's a nice balance. But yes, GCR, closed sections of the GCR are now, that are no longer in rail use, are all overgrown and full of spiders now. Signposts are all full of gibberish. They're all communists, can't go there because the Americans will shoot you. They're all communists. Hello, settings. Welcome to the stream. I was just telling everyone about how me and Jacob JCB's day at the Great Central Railway Winter Steam Gala went. Something else I was saying, Neon, is about how, once again, I can't praise the likes of the Great Central Railway and the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway. I can't praise them enough for being some of the few heritage railways in the country that remain open year-round on weekends. Like, not running on weekdays during November and January, that I do understand because almost everyone's in work or school. And those who do have the day off are more likely to do indoor stuff with their friends. Weekends, though, a lot more people have the day off, so you're more likely to get passengers. Now, why does it keep derailing over there? the HF wasn't derailing here before, so why is it suddenly derailing here now? There's got to be something wrong with the track here. Yeah, I'm very happy with my 8F Neon. Makes it a bit more authentic, yes. Heritage train to sea and board, yep. And running year round is what the Great Central Railway do. Even the Spa Valley Railway have started doing year-round running. Although, Neon, they are going to be closed all throughout March this year. But that's mainly so that they can replace the bridge at Broom Lane. So that's really old and falling apart now. It also suffered a bridge strike back in 2017, the Broom Lane Bridge. Alright, we'll give this goods train a few more laps. Then we'll have the 8F go solo and pull a passenger train. Something else about this 8F I meant to say, Neon, is I bought this 8F at the gala yesterday from a stand at Cornwall Woodhouse being run by the people who are behind the Unknown Warrior New Build Patriot project. And when I bought the 8F yesterday, I was told that the £50 I paid for the 8F is going to go towards building the new Patriot. So, I am extremely happy to be contributing to the restoration of a piece of LMS history. So what do you think of that, Neon? Yeah, it's funding the new build Patriot. Something I'm very happy to be contributing to. Part of the reason I wanted to start this stream by running a goods train is because... oh, hang on, stop. Part of the reason I wanted to start this stream by running a goods train is because... A, they were running goods trains at the GCR yesterday. B, they were running a 9F yesterday, so I wanted to get my model of Evening Star out. And C, I also wanted to try my 8F out on a freight train. You should be proud. Although, personally, I'm looking forward more to the completion of the new P2, Prince of Wales, and the completion of the new Standard Class 6 Clan Class, Hengist. Those are the two new builds that I can't wait to see out on the main line most of all. But yeah, it'll be lovely to see a new Patriot as well, though. Which is basically a skimmed down Royal Scot. the LMS Jubilees, while doing my research for them, I found out that the LMS Jubilee class are also just Patriots with a Scania taper boiler. Yeah, they are progressing well indeed from the research I've been doing for them. I also can't wait for the new build LNER B17 Spirit of Sandringham to be completed as well. Apparently there was supposed to be another B17 under construction at the moment, a replica of one of the scrapped ones, Manchester United. Well, I say replica, but still counts as a new build though. It still counts as a new build if the original was scrapped, in my opinion. It only really counts as a replica if the original engine is still in existence. The original engine it was named after is still in existence. Otherwise, it is a new build. It's a bit like how the original rocket does still exist at the Science Museum in London, but there's a working replica at the National Railway Museum. Similar to how the original locomotion may still exist, but there is a working replica of locomotion. Still there, Neon? Sure, you still there, Neon? So yes, there's supposed to be 2 new builds B17s at the moment. However, from what I understand, the construction of Manchester United has stalled. Meanwhile, Spirit of Sandringham is still going. I do hope Manchester United's construction does resume. Not a risk worth taking, exactly. Well, even if we did want to try and get the original rocket working again, I'm sure far too many of its parts would have to be replaced. Even just looking at the original rocket at the Science Museum, you can tell it's worn out. But at least we have the working replica at the NRM. Even the replica's very old, actually, Neon. The rocket replica you see at the National Railway Museum, I believe, was built all the way back in 1930 to celebrate 100 years of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway. Exactly. And because the original Beachy Head no longer exists, that's the main reason why I personally consider the new Beachy Head to be a new build rather than a replica. That combined with the fact that it was built from a hodgepodge of surviving locomotive parts from different locomotives, as well as new parts and some parts from the original Beachy Head. And because its parts came from a whole range of different sources. That's another reason I consider Beachy Head a new build rather than a replica. It holds exactly. But yeah, the rocket replica, you may think may not be that old, but it actually is fairly old. The replica of Locomotion, meanwhile, was first built... The replica of Locomotion, meanwhile, was first built in 1975 for the 150th anniversary celebrations of the Stockton and Darlington Railway. Historical significance? Preserving them, running costs, and being put on display, indeed. Actually running? Yes. I completely agree. Sorry, sorry about this. My controller is my Formby controller is really playing up now. Nothing wrong with the engines at all, it's just really playing up my Hornby controller. I really need a new one, like a proper, up-to-date, professional one that doesn't have short-circuit protection. But yeah, I'm very happy with my 8F, and I'm happy that the 50 quid I spent on it is going towards building a brand new Patriot. Another reason I personally consider the Patriot that's currently under construction a new build instead of a replica, even though it's carrying the same number as one of the scrapped Patriots, it is carrying a brand new name, the Unknown Warrior. And because it's giving it the same number as one of the scrapped Patriots, that alone doesn't make it a replica, at least not in my opinion, especially if the original was scrapped. So the fact it's not the only thing identical about the two engines is the fact that it's got the same number, basically. The fact it's carrying a new name, the Unknown Warrior, technically makes this new Patriot a new build instead of a replica. Rather than running out of the yes. It needs a replacement? Yes. So yes, again, in fact, I'd argue that the new Patriot is even less of a replica than Beachy Head, considering that Unknown Warrior is going to have a new name. That to my knowledge, no other Patriot has been given before. Stupid controller. Holy shit. Beachy Head Junior? I just call it Beachy Head 2. I could just use my older controller, which I've got with me now, but that would just cause the engines to go at, like, insane speeds. Wire's really on the fray. It's the wire that's the problem, I think. It's on the fray. Actually, it might not be the wire, it might be the controller itself, the actual electricity input of it. I'm really not sure. It might have been him, I don't know. I can't say. Aha! Aha, this point in the track here is causing that middle grey truck to derail. Not points, but it's like a, you know. Just as I fix one issue, another rears its head. Hang on, guys. I just need to plug my phone in, guys. Down to 13%. Oh, 60 to get off the line. I've just let. It's just Art Electric is coming now, Neon. Really enjoyed the roleplay we did. Trucks. LMS engine with an LMS brake fan now. Still there, Neon? Oh, it would have been even nicer if we had a double-headed freight train at the Great Central Gala yesterday. Oh, you're back. Nice. I'll be... See if we can get any more people here. Oh, shit. Hold on. Well, this sudden stoppage, I think, would be a good opportunity to put on a new train. So let's move the 9F into the siding and put the 8F on a passenger train. Because even though they're freight engines, they did very occasionally pull passenger trains. Let's move the 9F round. Ah. When it suddenly stops like that, it causes all the trucks to bump into each other. Firebox. Oh yes, on the 8F, I meant to say, Neon, the firebox does glow. The firebox does glow on the 8F, Neon. I think I got it for a good price. Oh yes, it is. It's rare for like older models to do that. I wonder why Damo's gone. Darkest day. Mr. Week's darkest day. Oh god. Welcome back, train guy. I'm now taking the goods train off, and I'm going to give a passenger train to the 8F, despite it being a freight engine. It was occasionally able to pull passengers. Yeah, lovely to see you again, train guy. Right, let's give the ATF a passenger train. We'll probably take the 9F out with its goods train again a bit later in the stream. No, don't fall over. Oh, shit. Backing up, backing up. Backing up, backing up, backing up. Backing up, backing up, backing up. And it's fallen over. You doing alright, train guy? The Neon as well, for that matter? In fact, is the whole chat doing alright? Ow. Shit. Ow. Awesome. You still there, train guy? Backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. Well, you backed up. Oh, fuck me. I hate it when these couplings pull all the other wagons over. Shit. Fuck. Bitch. Piss. Here we are. Here we are. Oh, Neon jiggles that nice. Golden Guard. Well, Jacob, we are now going to give the ATF a passenger train. They did occasionally run passenger trains, not often, not as often as the 9Fs did, but nothing. We'll just give it the single LMS brake coach I have. We won't give it any Pullmans because I doubt the ATFs would have pulled any Pullman trains. So we'll just give it the LNER Teaks and the single LMS coach. It'll do all right on a 7-coach train. It'll do all right. Right. Oh. Right. Let's see how the ATF can perform on a passenger train solo. If the damn controller will let it, that is. Fuck me. Bloody thing. Fucking hell. Could you stop being arranged? Yes. Is the end? Yes, it is. Train guy. It is tender drive. Travel behind the 9F. Nice. On the train with him. Nice. It was exhilarating. Oh, nice. Suji time it was. TPO system and the mailbags caught in the net. Nice. Oh, oh, fuck yes. Oh, fuck yes. Yes, train guy, it is 10 to drive the 8F. Oh. Okay, finally. Yeah, it's doing all right. Being topped up with water at least, nice. Yes, we saw the TPO system, but we didn't get to go up close to it. We didn't get to go up close to it though. And now the whole train's fainted off the tracks. So for the some of the litter. Oh yes, that damn bin. So full, some of the litter fell out. On one of the guys. When one of the Iverts, I can't remember which one, but when one of the Iverts came past with the tanker train, one of the guys filming got a bit cross at me because I was a little bit overexcited to see it go past. And his voice ended up on his footage. My voice ended up on his footage. I got some really good shots as well. With a slack haul passing with the goods. With the mineral train. As well as the Ivert with its train. City bins in a nutshell, yes. Litter all over the place. You still there, train guy? Now we are. Right, we'll leave it at that. Hopefully this time it won't knock into my bed wheel, which is what caused the derailment before. Oh, you're here, Electro, nice. I'm fine. I was just telling everyone how me and Jacob's day at the Great Central Rebel went yesterday, Electro. Yes, I was having trouble with the controller. Come and stand in front of me instead of leaving corn as it went past. I stood in front of him. Was this on the Saturday, train guy? I was just telling everyone about. All right. Must have been on the same train me and Jacob were on when we were heading back home. Relaxing now, nice. The $1,600 off-road? Yeah, that was the train me and Jacob got back. So when Jacob got off at Roughly and we parted ways, as the train, I carried on to Leicester North so I could pick up the train to St Pancras home. And as the train departed, roughly, and I saw Jacob was still there, still filming the train, still filming Squad 257 Squadron as it was departing. So as the train passed, I called out goodbye to Jacob, and he called goodbye back to me, which I thought was very wholesome. Running a branch line train from Liscar to Lou? Oh yeah. So you're on Train Simulator at the moment. So, and is it Steam or a DMU, Jacob? Lou Valley Line, nice. Off at the station with Angus? Yeah, but this was... this was the mainline station, wasn't one of the heritage stations. So Electro, I was also just telling everyone about some of the Angus, the Neon's owl, plush owl, which I gifted him. So as I was saying, so the oh, it's Steam. Which one? Which engine is it, Jacob? So anyway, Electro, I was also telling everyone about everything that went right yesterday with me and Jacob's day out, but also, unfortunately, Electro, a couple of things also went wrong. For example, when we returned from our return trip behind the 9F to Leicester North, LSWR 0415 class, nice. So Electro, when me and Jacob returned, when we got from our return trip behind the 9F, we got in the queue for the barbecue, but it took so long, we ended up missing the 1:15 train to Rothley, which we were going to get. But in the end, we decided not to get off at Rothley, as there's barely anything to see at Rothley besides a garden railway. So we took the little Derby diesel rail car down to Cornham Woodhouse instead at 2 o'clock, where we got some nice shots of trains passing. And the guys behind us insisted that they were in front of us in the queue. Oh, you were on the 115. Oh my, we could have seen each other. But yes, we missed the 115, unfortunately. Are you still there, Electro? Could have easily been an alternate basis for Daisy, that DMU. But personally, in my Thomas AU, Daisy is a class 1-2-1. So yeah, unfortunately, long queue for lunch. Coming up to 101. So that was one of the things that went wrong. The other thing that didn't affect Jacob, because I was on my way home by this point. Hang on. That's it, drop me off at roughly, then pick me up again later? Alright. Daisy being a 1-2-1, yes. So Electro, if you're still there, the other thing that went wrong was that it only went wrong for me. I planned to have dinner at King's Cross, at the Prezzo at King's Cross, once I got back to St Pancras. So I went across the road to King's Cross, went up the escalator, only to find that the Prezzo there had closed down, which I was not happy about at all. But luckily I remembered there was a Prezzo at Leicester. Well, there did used to be a Prezzo in Leicester, and I know that for a fact because me and my dad went there when we went to Leicester back in 2017. But I remember there was one at Euston, so I went to Euston to have Prezzo, but as a result, ended up being home late. Well, half an hour later than usual. Because I was still we took a bit too much time thinking about what to do. Yes, exactly. And he built his model of Daisy by sawing off the cab of a 2-car 101 and sticking it on the back of the power car. Yes, Neon. But again, Daisy would be far better suited to being a class 1-2-1. Where's Electro gone? Yeah, overall, wonderful day for me and Jacob. Falling, yes, he is indeed. Apparently, Train Guy saw this ATF on the stand, the Unknown Warrior stand. Thank you, Electro. Did you hear what I said though, Electro, about me and Jacob having to wait so long in the queue at Loughborough for the barbecue that we ended up missing the 1:15 train? which train guy was actually on. So if we had gotten that train, me and Jacob, we might have run into train guy. And train guy did actually see me on the 10:30 from Leicester North, but yeah, for real life indeed. He saw me, but he couldn't come say hi to me because, believe it or not, Electro, the 10:30 was actually full and standing. I think it's because the 10:30 departure from Leicester North, which had already come from Loughborough, I believe it was a breakfast train. And dining trains always seem to be the busiest ones on gala days at Heritage Railways. And that wasn't the only thing that went wrong, Electro, that day. Because when I got back to London, when my train arrived at St Pancras, it's fine, Neon. When my train back from Leicester arrived at St Pancras, I went across the road to King's Cross to get my pizza at Prezzo. I went up the escalator, only to find that the Prezzo at King's Cross had closed. And that's actually the reason we started yesterday's roleplay so late, Electro. Because I spent a bit too much time thinking about what to do, I ended up getting home half an hour later than planned. But luckily, I remembered there was a Prezzo at Euston, so I went there for my pizza, which I liked. People hold seats with their backpacks? Yes. I have the decency, even if there's a lot of leg, even if there's not much space under the table, I at least have the decency to put my bag underneath tables. In fact, when I got on the 10:30 train from Leicester North, the people sitting opposite me were kind enough to let me put my bag down underneath their table, but their dog was down underneath there too. It was very cramped. I must admit, I too am guilty of putting my bag on train seats, but not really on heritage railways, only on like the mainline trains. Still there, Electro? I think it was actually a pug. That was the 10:30. You're thinking of the cockapoo that was on the 4 o'clock train back from. Oh, you are still there, Loughborough. We're talking about how sometimes on trains and buses, people take up the seats with their rucksacks. Something which I too have admittedly been guilty of, but I didn't do that yesterday. Yesterday I did have the decency to put my rucksack underneath the tables. Train guy brought it up. Also, Electro, the engine that's running on my layout now, that's pulling this train you're seeing right now, this is an 8F Electro, so it's not a 9F, it's an 8F. The LMS have this power classification system where the higher the number, the stronger the engine was, basically, and the heavier trains it could pull. And they also designated their engines P, F, or MT. P standing for passenger, meaning it was a passenger engine. F standing for freight, meaning it was a freight engine. And MT standing for mixed traffic, meaning it was a mixed traffic engine. This power classification carried over when Britain's railways were nationalised in 1948, and the stronger 8 and the stronger 9Fs came along, alongside the 8Fs. So the 8Fs are still strong, but not quite as strong as the 9Fs. I do that too. Put your bag on seats next to me and don't move unless someone's sitting next to me. Yeah, I at least have the decency to take my bag off the seat if someone wants to sit down. Even when I was shopping, placed my bags by the thing on the floor inside. Nice. What did I put up? The 9Fs, well, that's the thing, Electro. The 9Fs were built to be exclusively freight engines, but they did their job so well, and they could pull their freight trains. They did their job so well, they proved to be so efficient, so reliable, and so fast that they were allowed to pull passenger trains. The 9Fs had a top speed of 90 miles an hour, perfectly ideal for passenger trains. The 8Fs, which is what I'm running on the layout now, did also occasionally get to pull passenger trains, but not as often as the 9Fs did. So sometimes freight engines, standard practice on the railways during the days of steam electro was on busy seasons, like during the height of summer, freight engines would be allowed to pull passenger trains sometimes to help ease demand. It was a very common practice, especially on the Somerset and Dorset Railway, where the 7F freight engines were also allowed to pull passenger trains on busy summer Saturdays. Just use them for both purposes? Exactly. That's what BR did with their 7MT Britannias. Sir Callum's basis. But as I was saying, Electra, so this 8F that's running right now, I bought this 8F at Cornland Woodhouse Station yesterday from a stand that was being run by the guys behind the Unknown Warrior LMS Patriot project. So their goal is to build another one of those new build locomotives like Beachy Head. Their goal is to build another one of those new builds. This being an LMS Patriot, of which all class members were scrapped. And the £50 I spent on this 8F are going to go directly towards funding that new build project. So I feel I'm very proud to have contributed to the resurrection of a lost piece of LMS history. So yeah, what do you think of that, Electro? Put my backpack and locker back at my old college. I never really used lockers. When I was at my awful secondary school, I just stored all my stuff in learning support. I didn't use lockers. So yes, the money I spent on this 8F is going directly towards funding the construction of the Unknown Warrior. Polo shirt and a tanker wagon from them? Nice. I wasn't expecting to come home with a new model yesterday, but I did. Under the table car and courage? Nice. You still there, Electro? So it's not enough. Classification system. 8. So it's the higher the stronger the heavier. bloody controller. Illegal class. But yeah. But yeah, the power classification system for steam locomotives goes from 1, the weak little wimps, all the way up to 9, the strongest and most powerful chads. The weak little wimps. The weak little wimps. Not the weak little wimps. Still love how this 8F, the firebox in the 8F glows. It's so cool. The firebox. 2829p Mikado. Yes, I reckon the P2s would have been classified 9p by British Rail. You still there, Electro? No. Hang on, this rail's separating. The one and only... I meant to say this earlier, guys. The one and only thing that would have made this year's the Great Central's Gala this year even better. The one thing that would have made this year's gala even better, 10MT mounted. Oh, that would have been amazing. A standard gauge mountain class, British mountain class would have been incredible. Mountain type would have been incredible. But as I was saying, the only thing that would have made this year's gala even better is if they had their currently operational 8F, number 48305, running as well. Sadly, they can't because according to Train Guy, 48305 has been withdrawn for firebox repairs. Fingers crossed 48305 will be back in service, hopefully in the spring. Is the loading, if the loading age allowed it? Exactly. But yes. Nor did I. But yeah, that's the only thing that would have made it better if 48305 had been running. But oh well. The fact that there was a 9F there, the fact that a 9F was visiting, more than made up for that. Still there, Neon? Oh well. A 9F. 9 freight. 9 freight. Come on. So low. Come on. Okay, I really need a new controller. Shit. Shit off. Who did that one? Drain cocks on the 9F. Blowing snow down his nostrils. Oh god, yeah, the 9Fs had really loud drain cocks. He's a 9F. I could all love it. Spaceship. One of the coaches has tipped off. Hang on. Like it. Get the P, of course, standing for P. The P. The P. In it. Managed to scare the life out of me with the safety valve went off at Loughborough. Oh yeah, I remember what you said about the S160s, yes. But yes, some parts of us, if there's anything I've learned when visiting heritage railways, some parts of steam locomotives can be louder than even their whistles. Sometimes the safety valves, the drain cocks, or the blowdown valves can be even louder. Indeed. Some parts of it. Actually, let's see how well the my Britannia would do double heading with my 8F. You know what, for the sake of it, I'm just going to, even though I've decided to call 48305 on the GCR Peter after the stories of Solar 8F, I'll just call, for the sake of it, I'll just call this 8F Peter as well. Peter the war criminal. Also, guys, the 8Fs are on my top 10 list. They're number 13 on the list, joint with the Somerset and Dorset 7Fs. And I am going to make a reference to Peter, the war criminal. Imagine if that was the title of a Railway series book, Peter the War Criminal Engine. Yeah, that'll definitely sell copies of a children's book. Peter the War Criminal Engine. Peter's surprise return at the end of Stories of Sodor Season 7. I'm still shocked that he turned out to be that his ghost turned out to be the mysterious banker. You want to make yourself some tea? Exactly, they wouldn't be able to get away with it. Which is why that title would be so funny. Dark humour at its finest. If someone makes a fan-made Railway series cover art titled Peter the War Criminal Engine, if someone actually makes cover art of that, I will genuinely burst out laughing. You guys know me. I have a very dark sense of humor. For me, but that's the best thing about Stories of Sodor for me. It's basically Thomas and Friends for adults. The characters often swear, talk about very dark, sensitive topics. Yes, Stories of Sodor is Thomas and Friends for adults through and through. That's one of the main reasons I love it. I also just love the writing of it. Adults. Oh, I'm trying to get it to. Hang on, I think it's the Britannia short-circuiting the track. Yeah, the Britannia's prone to short-circuiting. That's why it's not moving. The Britannia's very prone to short circuits. Never mind then. Hello. Can't they get away with? Dark sense of humour, cannot tell the difference between a joke and serious topics. Exactly. What section of the library they put it in? You're so right, train guy. Sorry, welcome back, Electro. I was just telling everyone how I love one of the biggest reasons I love Stories of Sodor so much is because it's basically an adult Thomas and Friends. But anyway, Electro, if you're still there, I don't know if you heard me say this, but the 8F that's pulling this passenger train at the moment, bugger, coaches have come off. The 8F that's pulling this passenger train at the moment, I bought this at the Great Central Railway at Cornwood House from a stall. I bought this from a stall that was being run by a group of enthusiasts who are doing one of those new build projects. So you know how I said Beachy Head was a brand new steam locomotive, basically built from scratch from the rails up, Electro? Well, those guys are doing a very similar project, but what they're building is a brand new LMS Patriot class. And the £50 that I paid for this 8F Electro is going to go towards It's going to go towards funding the new build Patriot project. So I'm very happy to have contributed to the resurrection of a lost part of LMS history. Oh dear. Notice its valve gears come off a bit. I think the valve gear's broken off slightly. I don't want to glue this back on because I might risk jamming up the piston mechanism altogether. What do you want? Yes. Good night. Sorry, that was my mum. I'll read the chat again in a second. So yes, it's going towards the new build project. Yeah, Patriot class. Then there was trouble. Oh yes, so am I. Hengist and Hengist and the new LNER P2 Prince of Wales are what I'm most looking forward to seeing completed next. Commander is amazing. Yeah. So LMS Patriot class. Here we are. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. The infrastructure plan. The infrastructure plan's been sent in. Oh, looks like I'm meeting. I thought we'd be meeting at Sheffield Park tomorrow for my voluntary session, but looks like I'm meeting at Horsley Keynes as usual before travelling down to Ketches. So anyway, Electro, this is the LMS Patriot class. This is what the guys I bought the 8F from are building, a brand new Patriot class. Very similar in appearance to the Royal Scots, as Henry Fowler originally built them. But they're a little bit, the only difference between the Royal Scots and the Patriots is that the Patriots are slightly smaller. 2 Royal Scots have been preserved, but unfortunately no Patriots were preserved. They were all scrapped, which is why they're building a brand new Patriot. It's going to carry the number of one of the scrapped Patriots, but this brand new LMS Patriot is going to have a brand new name. The Unknown Warrior, it's going to be called. Here it is. I think that boiler at the moment is just a shell. It's not the actual boiler, it's just showing where the real boiler is going to go. So this is what the £50 I spent on the 8F is going to go towards. This brand new Patriot. And you like the name they're going to give it? The Unknown Warrior? Does look powerful. You've got a framed photo of a Patriot in my room? Nice. You've got a Royal Scot in your bedroom, your dad's? Nice. Mow down an enemy infantry like it wasn't even there? Well, yes. The Royal Scots can do so even more, though. They're slightly bigger. The Royal Scots are slightly bigger. The LMS were very patriotic, Electro. they had a lot of their engines were given very militaristic names, which is why I think you'd actually really like LMS engines, because they do look powerful. Why is it called that? The Unknown Warrior? I think they're trying to honour one of like the fallen soldiers that no one knows the identity of, the Unknown Warrior. Yes, indeed. Personally, the Patriots aren't one of my favourite LMS engines. I do prefer the likes of the Royal Scots, ATEFs, Princess Royals, and most of all, the Duchesses and Coronations. But yeah, the Patriots are nice as well. The profundity. Yes. I can see that working for a name of an LMS Patriot. What does profundity mean, Electro? I've never heard that word before. Right, let's get the ATEF underway again. Even if this ATEF didn't work, though, Electro... Even if this ATEF didn't work at all, though, I'd still be happy with my purchase, considering it's going to... The money I spent on it is going to a brand new locomotive. However, unfortunately, there was another engine that I haven't told any of you about yet, because it's just completely fucked. There is one engine in my collection that I bought at the Bluebell Railway's Giants of Steam Gala, but I haven't really told any of you about it yet because it's just completely fucked. It's this one, and a Great Western Railway Collet Goods, 060 Great Western Railway Collet Goods. When I got home from the Giant, so I bought this for £28 from the Betton Grange Society stand. Currently, they're building a brand new tender for their own new build locomotive, Betton Grange. Currently, Betton Grange is borrowing a tender from another Great Western locomotive. But I bought this and donated another £7 to help with the construction of Betton Grange's brand new tender. But as soon as I got home, I put it on the track, gave this engine a little run, and then suddenly it started smoking out of its chimney. Now, at first I thought, oh, that's neat, this one's got a little smoke feature in it. But then suddenly it just stopped. And no matter what I did, no matter how much I nudged it, or tried to get the track fish plates back together, it just wouldn't budge. And then suddenly I realised, oh, that was why it was so cheap. It was nearly dead. So I took this engine apart, looked it all over, I took this engine apart, I cleaned off the all the wheels and all the electrical components, because I thought, oh, maybe it's just electrical. Maybe it's just not conducting enough electricity. I put it back together, put it back on the track, tried to run it, and no, it just didn't want to budge. So, this engine is now just dead weight. I'm going to try and take this Collet Goods and a bunch of other engines to a professional model repair shop at some point, in the hopes that they can get to fix it, but I wouldn't be surprised if the professional model shop owner just tells me, no, sorry, this is just junk now. Sorry about that, guys. We are now back. Well, I'm going to have to keep my iPad plugged in now. Hang on. Yeah, the stream's back now, guys. Sorry about the cutouts. But you know what? My layout itself might be fucked now. Well, not the layout, but my controller might be fucked. Just trying to wiggle it. Oh wait, here we go. Wait, no. But yeah, as I was saying, this Collect Goods here, completely fucked. It just won't want to move at all. This Collect Goods here. Completely fucked. Oh, shit. Here we go. Oh! Piece of shit. Oh, wait, hang on. The wires are blocking the track as well. Just a minute, guys. The LMS. The LMS. Come on. Fucking hell. It's fucked. It's fucked. You know what? Oh, you're back. Yes, we are back, train guy. I'm so sorry about what happened. So as I was saying before the stream cut out, my A4, you were asking about my A4, train guy, and unfortunately, Sir Nigel Gresley is also fucked. Complete chassis failure it suffered from. I've got all these boxes here now to put my trains in, my model trains in. Look, here's Sir Nigel Gresley. Suffered a complete valve gear failure too. Look, wheels are all bent out of line and cracked on Gresley. So yes, train guy. Unfortunately, oh yeah, and the valve gears also. I tried to repair it, but I didn't do a very good job at all. So yes, as of now, train guy, Sir Nigel Gresley is also fucked, I'm afraid to say. In fact, let's just put the Colic Goods and Sir Nigel Gresley next to each other. Two completely fucked engines. And as if that wasn't enough, my N2 is also fucked at the moment. My N2 is also fucked at the moment. Apparently, I think it's got some sort of electrical problem. Fucked. And my Class 35 is fucked as well. None of them want to move. It's fucked as Class 35 is fucked as well. So yes, most of my locomotives may be in good condition, but a good number of them are fucked at the moment, basically. Fucked. Right. Oh. You know what? Just gonna get my spare controller out. Oh, whoops. For some reason, whenever my iPad has died before, and I've tried to get the stream back up, YouTube just wouldn't let me get the stream back up. Let me get the stream. Okay, I don't think it's a controller actually, I think it's the wire. It's fucked beyond belief. Right, looks like we're finally back. Up and running. move the iPad to here. Going a bit too fast now, actually. Slow it down a bit. Going a bit too fast. Worm. A little bit further back. Just make a community post to let everyone know the stream's back. Here we are. Is everyone still there? Chat's dead. Train guys still there? Nice. The chat does indeed seem to be dead at the moment. But yes, new controller before the next running session. Right guys, I'm gonna keep going till 10:30, and straight in the shower for me, then straight to bed. Gonna get a decent night's sleep before my work tomorrow. I'm alright, Fraser, I'm alright. Sorry about, I had a bit of trouble to stream earlier. My iPad cut out, I didn't charge it up as much as I should have. I'm alright. I'm aware Jacob, Neon and Electro disappeared too. But I have to end the stream at 10:30 tonight, guys. Tell you what. Let's have tornado double head with the 8F. Peppercorn. I have now glued Tornado's smoke deflector back on, so it should be fine now. Hopefully this layout will be kinder to Tornado now. His tendency to derail. So yes, now we shall run Tornado. Right. Come on, let's see them do an express run together. Let's see them do an express run together. Yes, that looks good. 8F and Tornado double heading. Tornado. Ah, Tornado's still coming off at this point. Ah, he's fucked. Stop! Jesus. Oh. Jesus. Oh. And now the camera's gone blurry. Focus. Stupid grainy camera. Thank you. Oh. Where's everyone disappeared to? The controller seems to be fine now, actually. Oh, my knees. Oh, hang on a minute. It's this curve which is causing Tornado's derailments now. Yes, we are now back, Neon. I'm sorry about what happened. But should have charged my iPad a little bit more. But unlike previous times where my iPad's run out of battery, YouTube has decided it is going to let me continue the stream. So I'm going to carry on till 10:30, but then I must end the stream because got to get in the shower, then get a good night's sleep before my voluntary session at the Bluebell Railway tomorrow. Voluntary session. Voluntary session. Voluntary. Just been a bit tired, that's fair. Ugh. Tornado's fucked himself. Fucked himself. Who's fucked himself? Need a bit of focus? Yeah, the camera's gone out of focus somehow. Bloody thing. Maybe if Tornado and the 8F swap places, it'll be better. This is kind of knocking into him, it seems. I'm gonna have Tornado and the 8F swap places. Hopefully this will be a bit better now. Ah, yes, that's better. Hang on, is Electro back? Okay, that seems to be better now. I think the 8F was pushing on Tornado and causing him to derail on that curve down there. A bit better. Right. Oh, good. Electro's back. Nice. Malt milk tea for me. That's in bed. Yeah, welcome back, Electro. Sorry about the cutout with the thing. So yes, Electro, I do think the word you suggested for a name of one of the Patriot class engines would work. What was it again? And also, as I was saying, yes, as I was saying, Electro, unfortunately this Collet Goods is fucked at the moment. And yes, you were right, I did get, what... ripped off, basically. But at least the money I spent on this broken Collet Goods is going to go to Batten Granger's new permanent tender. Okay, perhaps it is a bit too jerky. Oh! No, it's derailing too much, Tornado. In fact, let's just have Tornado go solo on this now. It is fucked. Completely fucked. The 8F's not fucked at all, it's fine. The Call It Goods is, though. I told her I'd been feeling fucked for a long time. Sorry, I'm just quoting an adverts, YouTube poop. Poopy commercials, it's called. I was honest with my doctor. I told her I've been feeling fucked for a long time. On the Electrobo still there? I was honest with my doctor. I told her I'd been feeling fucked for a long time. I was honest with my doctor. I told her I'd been feeling fucked. And both my Call It Goods and A4 are both feeling fucked right now because they are. Where did I... Oh, here's my phone. Now it's derailed. Just a minute. We are back. What's going on now? Well, well, I'm trying to run Tornado again, Electro, but he's having his usual derailment issues. But I was also saying to you, Electro, that name you came up with for the Patriot class engines, for one of the Patriot class engines, it does work. And yes, I was also saying, Electro, that unfortunately, a few of my engines are indeed fucked. Especially the Call It Goods. What did you say I'd gotten when I had been... What did you say I'd gotten when I don't quite remember. What did you say I'd gotten when I got ripped off with this Call It Goods, basically? Ripped off. Oh dear. Gonna end the stream at 10:30, go in the shower, then get straight to bed. Oh fucking hell, clipped on the tunnel. The coach is clipped on the tunnel. Oh. I do love running this railway. Can be a pain in the arse though. Stiffed, that was it. Sorry, I forgot. Oh wait, no, it clipped on the collet goods when I was trying to show you it. Oh my god, what am I like? Yeah, stiffed, that was it. I did get stiffed with this collet goods. Sorry, it was the iPad cutting out that made me forget what you'd said. Yes, I did get stiffed. Hang on, let me read back the chat. Profundity, that was the name of the Patriot class engine you suggested. It was courageous and powerful. But yes, Electro. Unfortunately, a few of my models are now buggered. You'll notice my model of Sir Nigel Gresley is just... its wheels are just completely locked and wonky. Some of these engines were just broken when I bought them. I tried to repair its valve gear myself, but didn't work. Shit. Oh, bloody coach. Bloody couplings. Shit. It's fucked. Get fucked, for That's a quote from Shaun of the Dead. Get fucked, Four Eyes. That's a quote from Shaun of the Dead. Get fucked, Four Eyes. Why don't you go up there, you love her so much? Ugh. Still there, Electro? Here we go. Oh, gosh. Oh. Oh, not again. Yeah, you're right, Electra. You shouldn't have repeat yourself. I'm sorry. I just forgot all this from the shock of my iPad suddenly cutting off. Oh dear. Oh, what's happened now? Coach clipped on my bed. I've been feeling fucked. Your community based iPad died, Martin, but thankfully been able to get it back up. Well, you see, Electro, the Colic Goods and Nigel and Sir Nigel Gresley are fucked, basically, Electro. And the coaches have fainted again. Alright, so yes, Electro. The Colic Goods, the 060 Colic Goods, and the A4 Sir Nigel Gresley, they're both fucked, basically. So as I said, Electro, I thought there was a smoke feature on this when I saw smoke coming out the chimney. I thought it was a genuine smoke feature. I thought, oh, that's nice. But then it stopped. Took it apart. Thought I'd clean off the electrics. Put it back together. And then it just didn't want to budge. So yes. Better than nothing, indeed. But yes. This Colic Goods barely had a chance to run in before I could give it a train to pull. So I'm going to try and take it to a professional model shop, see if I can get it properly fixed, along with my A4 Sir Nigel Gresley. If he can't fix either of them, though, and they're just dead weight, then I'll probably just sell them both. Sell them both for parts. Yes, indeed. And these model trains clearly weren't very well looked after, because I bought them, and they just wouldn't want to work. My 8F, though, despite how old of a model it is, does seem to run very well. And something else you may or may not have noticed, Electro, is that firebox inside the cab, that does actually glow when the 8F runs round my layout. Yeah, does have a glowing firebox. Welcome back, Jacob. Sorry about the cutout, what happened earlier with it cutting out, Jacob. But yes, it was ridiculous how I thought it was a genuine smoke feature on this Colic Goods, but then it just stopped completely. And as for my Class 35, that too is fucked. Oh. Its coupling's caught in the window of my towed brake van. Okay, I've got it out. Caught in the window. So yeah, my Class 35, it's also fucked. So look, put it on the track. And to prove to you guys that these three engines are completely fucked, put it on the track. My Class 35. I think I wore out its motor once when I tried to make it pull a very long train. So that was just temporarily uncoupled tornado. Weird Al's toy that, I don't know. So tornado moves, but the Class 35 just doesn't. So yes, Class 35 is fucked. Collect Goods is fucked. See, look again. Tornado moves, but the Collect Goods just doesn't want to budge. And Sir Nigel Gresley. Just doesn't work. Once again, tornado moves, and Gresley just doesn't want to budge. I can feel Gresley's motor wanting to work. I can feel Gresley's motor vibrating. I know he wants to move, but he just can't because his wheels are bent. His axles are just bent. So yeah. Gresley, the Collect Goods, and the Class 35, they are currently fucked beyond belief. Still there, Jacob? At least Gresley has energy? Yes. There's nothing wrong with Sir Nigel Gresley's motor, there's nothing wrong with Sir Nigel Gresley's motor at all. It's just the wheel and chassis arrangement that's fucked. So look, I tried to move him just now and the connecting rods have gone all crooked. You guys may remember when I tried to run Gresley before, its wheels just broke off like that. I tried to do some proper repairs to Gresley off camera. That didn't work. Yeah. These three models, along with my Great Northern N2, I'm going to take all of them, hopefully for major repairs. But if they can't be fixed, then I'll just sell them on for parts. Crossing the border. Hello, Nogford. We're only going to go for another 10 minutes. Still there, Jacob? Then I gotta get in the shower and get straight to bed and get a good night's sleep. And then tomorrow, I'm heading off to the Bluebell Railway to help out with the track relay down at Ketches. Oh, there you are, Jacob. I was just showing everyone that how fucked the Colic Goods, Sir Nigel Gresley, and my Class 35 are at the moment. Yeah, that really was annoying, Jacob, thinking that smoke feature on the Colic Goods was real, only for it to not be real. There we go. We'll give Tornado 9 more minutes worth of laps, then I'll end the stream. And we've had a derailment. Well, for the Colic Goods and the Class 35, it almost certainly is motor issues. However, in Sir Nigel Gresley's case, it's the wheels. The wheels, I think the chassis is slightly cracked, and that's caused the wheels to lock up. I tried to repair the wheels myself, repair the chassis arrangement myself, but I think that just made it worse. And I know Sir Nigel Gresley's motor is completely fine, Jacob, because just now I put my hand on it and I felt the motor vibrating, so I knew Gresley wanted to move, but he just couldn't. And is electric still there? But yeah, I have to keep the camera in this position now while my iPad charges. This controller's a bit better, actually. My other controller's also fucked, I think. Oh, and now Tornado's derailed again. Slightly. Can't believe it. No. Confusion and delay? Yes. 3 engines out of service. At least Gresley ran for a little bit. Got to pull trains for a little bit after arriving on my layout. The Colic Goods was just dead on arrival. And as for my Flying Scotsman model, oh boy, where do I begin with my Flying Scotsman model? Flying Scotsman's valve gear and connecting rod arrangement has just fallen apart completely. So as for Scotsman, he is well and truly fucked. Scotsman and the Colic Goods are definitely the most fucked ones of all. Where Get fucked, four-eye.
Why did you get that day you love her so much?
Poor guy. Yes, I know. Oh! Ah! Hit myself on the side of one of my boxes. Model train boxes. Oh, Christ. I do. Because I do feel this. Oh! That was my fault. Scotsman. Oh. Ugh. Bloody hell. Bye. Oh, tornado smoke deflector fell off again. Hang on. Shit. Comfort plushies of the quartet. Weighted plushies. Oh, that would be so cute. Okay, a few more laps, then we'll end the stream. Oh, we've got. Oh! Oh, sod it. We'll just end the stream there. Derailment, then all the coaches wrecked into each other. Yes, we'll just end it there. Well, thank you all for coming to tonight's stream. I've enjoyed it, but it would have been a lot better if I hadn't kept, if the controller hadn't kept screwing up and cutting out. Definitely before the next running session. In fact, when my money next comes in, first thing I'm going to do when my money next comes in is order a new controller. Because I can't, a proper one without short circuit protection. Because I just cannot deal with these constant cutouts. And my controllers are on their last, and these two controllers I've had for a long time now, and they're on their last legs anyway, so ending that. So yeah, I've got a, yes? Flare Storm? Yes, it's perfect, Flare Storm. Bye, train guy, thank you for coming. So yes, as soon as my money comes in next month, first thing I'm gonna do is order a new controller, because I just can't keep relying on these battered ones that have stupid short circuit protection in them. I can't rely on my older ones either if they're just gonna cause the trains to fly around my layout like a stabbed rat. So I've got to get a new controller that doesn't have short circuit protection. Oh, your back's Stella. Yeah, we're ending now. And I'm glad you liked the name of Airline's great-great-grandfather and how he built the Central Skylite Railway Electro. But yes, guys, that's it for this stream. Hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I have, or more than I have, actually. I'm sorry about all the technical difficulties with the layout and my iPad suddenly cutting out, but just is what it is. We gotta deal with it. But now I've got to get in the shower, then get straight to bed, because I need to now get a sufficient amount of snoozies before my voluntary session tomorrow morning. So that's it from me, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see what I can do about getting some new videos out. Hopefully a new vlog on Thursday. And I'll see what I can do in terms of other videos before then. No promises though, of course. So thank you all so much for watching this stream. Hope you've all enjoyed it. In the next running session, once I have that new controller, my layout should be a lot more reliable if I don't have to keep putting up with short circuit protection. So I hope you're looking forward to my next running session and of course all my future videos and live streams, especially after I get a new controller for them. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed. Please like, comment, share this stream with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to me, Train16, if you haven't already, to stay tuned for my upcoming content. Hype this stream if you can. Go and follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky. Join my Discord server. Check out my eBay profile. Go and buy my novel, The Spy and the Superdog, if you haven't already. And I will see you all in my next video. The vlog on Thursday, I'll try and get it out for Thursday anyway. I'm not... Obviously it's... Yeah, I'll try and get it out for Thursday. It's going to be from me and Electro's visit to Eastbourne, where we did the Eastbourne Miniature Railway and went down the seafront. So I hope you're looking forward to that, train guy. So thank you all so much for watching this vlog, this stream, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as I have. And I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.
Okay.